what, Charlie? I think he's right, dude. Only a couple of jabronis come out here without skates on. I gotta do this thing in skates, man. You know, work up a routine, really jazz the crowd.
You know, can I stop you, though?
Yeah.
You keep using this word jabroni, and it's awesome.
First of all, iconic. I didn't know people still use the word jabroni. The last time I've heard that, I think, was 1990. It was a tremendous throwback.
I never stopped using it.
You've been using it ever since?
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah,
And then everyone said jabroni.
What is that? The future of radio, you jabronis.
Cool word.
Hey, jabroni, show some class.
She's right, Andy. You're being a jabroni.
jaBRONi, jaBRONi, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jabroni.
We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis. Another week. We're in the middle of a draft currently right now. Day 2.
I'm gonna start it.
Live results. I am your jaBRONi World Champion. He is, oh my God, he's got a new handle. The Twitter handle is different. Philly jaBRONi won.
It was, I don't know. It was. You can only use like 15 or so characters, so I couldn't. The original plan was to put my birthday in it, but like I guess I fucking exceeded the character limit. So I guess I was all about Philly because the Eagles just like had a kick-ass draft and shit. So and still currently having a kick-ass draft. They got another Bulldog just about like a couple minutes ago. Defensive back.
They just drafted another Bulldog?
Keely Ringo, I think his name was.
The Georgia Eagles?
Yeah, so I'm cool. I'm pumped about that. So I guess I was like all about Philly, and obviously I had to keep jaBRONi in there. And let's face it, I'm probably like the Philly jaBRONi. So
That's what you couldn't add any more characters to it?
No, after the one, I couldn't add anything. It was supposed to be Philly jaBRONi 1127.
The Philly jaBRONi, but I was gonna also say, I was like, should we contact Philly jaBRONi and be, hey, that's ours at Philly jaBRONi?
At Philly jaBRONi was not. It was taken, like just Philly jaBRONi.
I figured.
So, or at least I would have. I think it was. It had to have been if I had decided to add a number to it.
We'll take legal action against him. But for now, okay. Drafts. We've NFL draft. WWE draft. Yes. There's lawsuits and stuff we'll talk about in a second. But first, let's talk about this draft last night. We kicked things off with the game last night. Coming out, and the first overall pick, no surprise. We started off by saying 3 people. We're like, okay. We get Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, no Usos, and all right, they have a match tonight. They're dedicating it to the Tribal Chief. They're gonna get back their tag titles, and the Bloodline's gonna be fine. But for now, we're not actually eligible to be drafted either on night 1. There was a specific list.
I thought you were saying we weren't eligible to be drafted night 1. Like,
could you imagine they split us up?
Oh,
so we then are right back at it. SmackDown has the first pick. Roman Reigns is staying. Raw with the second pick. No brainer. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is on Raw. So far, that's exactly how it should go so far. We're doing good. I love Bianca Belair. I don't know if this is a thing that they need to do just because of like women, like it need to be like 2 men, 2 women. I don't know if these would have been I mean, Yeah, I always have that thing about going after champions, especially when champions are available. And we know soon enough that and they end like Imperium ends up getting drafted, the Intercontinental Champion, at 6. I'm sorry, Bianca Belair at 3. Great. Like, do they need to take a woman at 4? Like, Becky Lynch then needs to automatically. Why are we not taking Imperium? Why are we the Street Profits being 5?
You do have to take a woman. Once
Is
you
that how the rules go? Is it
no,
like
that's not how the rules go, but once you see that they take like a top female superstar, you have to make sure that you have the next best one. You're not going to allow them the chance to draft 2 of the top female superstars that are available on night 1. Speaking of the draft, we got our first picks in for today. Going to SmackDown. Now, this is where I don't know how they did this. I don't think it's the same format as they did last night.
Update.
1-1-1-1.
Breaking news.
Going to SmackDown. Staying on SmackDown. Hit Row.
Don't even tell me. No, stop it. You're just proving my point right now of how I just looked at the people who are eligible to be drafted, and they're getting drafted when you just said it started.
I don't know if it's like it's not the same thing as last night though. This could have happened like a behind the scenes thing and they're just reporting it like in no specific order.
Dude, they shouldn't get drafted until like next Sunday when it's over and they go like, "Oh, SmackDown was stuck with shit row." Like it shouldn't be like they were drafted.
So, going to Raw. And this is where because there's only one right now on my screen. There's only one SmackDown pick, but they got 3 different. You got 3 different picks for Raw. So, the Viking Raiders, along with Valhalla, going to Raw. Dexter Lumis going to Raw, staying on Raw. Candice LeRae staying on Raw. So you're gonna have the Way on Raw, which I'm intrigued about. I know you're not. I am.
No. I'm just getting like they.
I'm saying you weren't a fan of the Way, or at least the Dexter indie stuff, right?
Just the Dexter, just because I was like so into Dexter Lumis, kind of doing his whole
and
like,
this is where
impact gimmick.
Even though Indy has a boot, she can still be productive. She can be in the corner of Dexter and Johnny, along with Candice. Candice and Indy are probably going to be in the tag division for the women now. Also cool. But I'm not done. There was one more pick on Raw that I just got. Maximum Male Models on Raw. Super stoked about it. Can't wait for all.
That should be a TV pick. They should not be getting drafted within 5 minutes with shit row. And
now again, I don't know how this is. There's just a screen that shows these guys. It's not like someone coming out drafting these people one by one.
Like Indy Hartwell winning the NXT Women's title was like a swerve a few weeks ago. Like people were not. So then all of a sudden, then I mean, she got hurt during the match, like soldiered through it. That's great or whatever. But it's just like I don't know if it was to slight all the rumors, unless it's still going to happen. But like none of these people were in those Fightful reports originally early. I mean, some of these people could still get drafted, I'm sure on Monday, but so far, everyone who was drafted from NXT was not.
Yeah, I did not hear Indy's name, Alba Fire's name, Isla Dawn's name. I did not hear any of those names.
I just hate the title. I hate people like who have titles and get drafted. I hate the laziness of just like, they're going to lose on like NXT Tuesday, or in like 2 weeks, Rhea and Bianca are going to have another Charlotte Becky where they hand switch titles and maybe one of them will throw it on the ground and they'll be backstage heat or something again. But I don't know. There's certain things about it that bother the Street Profits getting drafted. I love the Street Profits. When Imperium should have been in, like, I know they were drafted early. It just doesn't make sense to me that you would take the Street Profits before Imperium.
What? Really?
Champions. I want champions.
Okay.
I like that they switched them. I love that they switched the title. I hope that's where IC titles on Raw, and I'm assuming Theory's going to go to SmackDown. I like that. I don't know. Edge getting drafted bothered me. I'm not going to tell a lot of things about this draft bothered me, but when you see
that did bother me a little bit.
I don't like that there's only certain people. I don't like all of the loopholes to the draft. That's what I'm basically getting at. I don't like how there's an eligible pool for one night, and then I like where they literally say, like, anything can happen. We're gonna shake it up, but there's also restrictions. Anything can't happen. Actually, you can't draft these 60 people today. It's like, wait, what? Are you serious?
You can't have. They have so many people. You can't have all. You can't do a whole draft in 2 hours.
And don't you think rounds sound a little bit around just being 4 picks? Almost like slights like a 4th round pick. You're just like a 4th round pick, and it's only like the 15th pick of the draft, but it makes it seem so like round 4, hot Bobby. What?
I think I see what you're saying. I'm hearing you. I think with what they gave us, it was the best that they could have. However, I think as far as formatting goes, maybe it should be its own network exclusive event. And just kind of do like an actual WWE draft show. Kind of like we watch the NFL. Yes, we watch the NFL draft. We'll watch the WWE draft. You know, like that's kind of maybe that's what they need to do.
Round 4, like Bobby Lashley should have been like, all right, first round, 15th pick, SmackDown's on the clock. Like last night was round 1. You can do today round 2 if you want, and if you want to do it again on Sunday, round 3. But I don't know. And again, I'm playing devil's advocate. It sounds I'm bitching about everything. I'm just looking at it through like a sports and draft and the way, I don't know. It's just, there's things about it that just, I was like, ugh, like I can keep going through. Matt Riddle got drafted next. I was like, what? And again, I don't hate these people. Like Drew McIntyre got drafted then. He's not even like around. Like it seems like he wants to leave, but he's on Raw. That's fine. The OC, AJ Styles is back. Love that. Then the Miz randomly. Love the Miz.
What's wrong with these draft picks?
I don't know. I don't like it. And Shinsuke Nakamura's all the way down there. That doesn't make any sense. You bring Shinsuke up. Way more.
He just got back too.
He's getting drafted before Matt Riddle, at least.
All right.
Yeah,
I think you're being nitpicky.
I'm being very nitpicky. And I can say that. I'm being a little negative Nancy, but there's just some things that don't make sense. And I have a lot more questions that
I didn't like. Here's like the number one thing that I didn't like, and I get that there's a whole storyline going on right now. I didn't like how Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa were grouped together, but the Usos weren't. They are all part of the bloodline. If you're drafting by teams, you should be able to draft the whole team. I get the Usos are the Usos, but Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are not a team.
Yeah.
You know, like have they ever even teamed in a tag match before? I don't think so.
I think did you hear Barrett try to explain that real quick last night?
No, I didn't.
He after it was made, they were like, they have to both brands are going to want a shot at the bloodline. You just can't take them all in one huge swoop. Both brands need to have a shot at it. It was mentioned right after it, when they cut back to Cole and Barrett for a second, and he mentioned that it was like a 5-second mention, and then they moved the law, like kind of just saying like, oh, you can't take all 5, but it's like you just took the OC. That's 4. Took 4 there.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really make sense.
And Michin was only in that group because they were feuding with Judgment Day like a year ago.
But I do love that she's still part of it.
Because if not, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean,
like it's not a one-off, so that's good. Like I like that.
You were almost forced to make them come back and go against the Viking Raiders just because.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh.
We have learned the. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna check with my sources here. It looks like due to the negotiation prowess of MVP, Omos is a free agent, free to sign with either Raw or SmackDown.
So Omos is a free. He can just go wherever. No one drafted him.
He can sign with whoever he wants.
Why?
Because of the negotiating ability of MVP.
God, like it doesn't make.
Oh, more free agents. Okay, so we have free agents. These are people that I guess just either have a contractual clause like Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin, or
God.
just aren't available. Omos, you mentioned there's 3 more. One, I have no idea who it is. Oh, these guys declared free agents. They didn't want to get drafted.
What the fuck? You're allowed to do that?
I have subtitles on, and it says someone's saying he isn't the only superstar, though, who has declared as a free agent. So let's see. All right. Mustafa Ali has declared himself a free agent. I bet he really wants to. Dolph Ziggler has declared himself a free agent. And I have no idea who this last guy is, so I'm going to play it and see if they mention a name.
Dolph Ziggler makes sense. Dolph Ziggler should be able to go wherever he wants. He's like, if you're going to make up rules, yeah, maybe Dolph Ziggler could go wherever. But again, what's the point of a draft then? What if the Eagles drafted?
Von Wagner has declared himself a free agent. The guy who...
On Tuesday?
I'm pretty sure there was a report who said they want him to main event WrestleMania one day, right?
That's come Tuesday, dude.
What?
That's the come Tuesday, dude. Remember the NXT? There's like that. It was that huge meme for like past year or so. He says come Tuesday, and yeah. So if you type that in, Von Wagner come Tuesday, you'll see that's been like for at least he did it like over a year ago, and it would always. People would use that little video clip of him saying it all the time. You need to look it up now so I don't seem crazy.
I am currently typing it in the Twitter machine.
I think it's come Tuesday, like CUM Tuesday. Sorry.
I did not spell it that way.
Do we need to bleep me saying CU?
No, I don't think so.
Like semen. Come Tuesday? Like he was going to say like come Tuesday he's going to beat somebody or something like that. But the way...
Interesting. Well, he's a free agent. So I guess instead of them trying to, these aren't people who haven't been drafted. These are people who think that they're too good to be drafted and want to decide where they're going.
But like, when was that announced as being a rule? Everyone's open to be drafted.
Right, so this is probably the worst part of the draft. But hey, if that's the case, here's why it's bad. Because these guys are going to show up, and people are going to be like, when did they get drafted to this show? Not knowing that they have declared free agents. They should have made this clear on TV when everybody's watching. Not an afternoon show that people will not be watching.
When is this all over? Monday? Or are they doing
I'm assuming maybe Tuesday. Since it's the day after night 2. And they're probably going to do the same thing with this.
It has to be done because then Friday's the go home to. They're going to be in Puerto Rico for SmackDown.
Puerto Rico,
Backlash, and then everything goes into effect after Backlash. And I did this before we started recording. there is a match set up now. Bianca Belair and Dakota Sky for a title that they will not
Io
Sky. Sorry,
Io Sky.
Dakota Guy.
Dakota.
There's going to be a women's title match where whoever wins will not be able to be the champion.
You don't know what they're going to do with the titles. I think it's stupid that the women's titles are called the Raw and SmackDown women's titles. Yes, that is stupid because you run into this situation. If they change the names of them, it'd be different. Like the frickin' WWE Women's Championship and the WWE Universal Women's Championship. Just for fuck's sake. Or the World Women's title. That way, you can interchange them. Who knows what other titles are going to be introduced? I have a feeling that we're going to see more titles.
There was an article out saying that there's a bunch of like titles, I guess, ready. So they need to ditch. We're talking titles. They need to ditch the.
They need to ditch all of the titles except for the Intercontinental and US.
The women's need to become like I don't know the names up, but you need to get rid of SmackDown and Raw with titles.
Yes, you need to get rid of the color strap.
Red and blue need to
get rid of the colored backgrounds. We're on the right path. There's nothing wrong with a WWE title.
Roman needs
a Universal title.
Roman needs to have one.
Roman needs to have one, so that's going to be one belt that's introduced. I'm assuming there's going to be a tag title thing, the women's titles, and stick with the United States and Intercontinental title. Those are your two best looking titles officially until that World Heavyweight title is in use. Which, by the way, love it.
You getting it?
I am getting it. For Father's Day, probably.
So hopefully. Yes,
maybe. I'm laying down the hint real thick.
That was on Monday. Yeah, Monday we got introduced to the. Well, Monday was we'll talk about Monday because Monday was a crazy day in wrestling as well. I mean, earlier we were gonna get there was a big announcement from Triple H. People were assuming it was going to be a new title. It was earlier in the day. CM Punk in the parking lot, hanging out. We saw there was a clip. He was talking to Tamina. He was apparently backstage. He talked to some friends. Apparently, he was on a plane with some people who were on their way to Chicago. He stopped in. Apparently, he talked to the Miz. There was the whole suck of blood-covered Saudi dick.
Blood money covered dick or something.
So apparently, I mean, he was kind of like, I don't know, going on the apology tour, maybe. Kind of. And again, I don't think Tony Khan approved this, but this is I'm sure this was a big ploy. This is to get people talking. And oh my, people were talking.
Do you think it was just that?
I think it was to get
he doesn't need to do that. I don't think he would do that for that reason.
Did you notice how he didn't try to he looked like CM Punk out in a parking lot. Like if we were anywhere and saw that, it just be like that's CM Punk. Like he just has that. He didn't even try to maybe somewhat incognito it, even though he was wearing a hat and everything. It's just like, oh, it's CM Punk. Looks, that's him. And again, I mean, hometown. You have friends in the company. You work for not. I mean.
I don't know.
I think I was all about talking and getting everybody ratings. It's going to build up.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it would have been necessary. I mean, to talk about him, just get his name out there. His name's already been out there. We're already talking about him coming back in June. You don't need to do that. I think there's kind of more to it. And I mean, they had that meeting probably. I think the Friday before Monday.
I don't know if it was yesterday the meeting took place. I think, or it was last Friday, but there was a meeting that took place. I mean, this is through Wade Keller, PW Torch. There was a meeting that took place with CM Punk, Chris Jericho, and FTR, and apparently things went well.
Right. Maybe CM Punk's kind of laying groundwork for if it doesn't work out again.
It seemed like, I mean, maybe he's.
I mean, like, you don't. Here's the thing: if you show up backstage at Raw, fine, whatever, publicity stunt, okay, whatever. But to go start clearing the air with the Miz, why would he need to do that? To start talking to Triple H.
Yeah, that's another. I mean,
whether it's briefly or not, to talk to Triple H, weird. To ask to hang out backstage, granted you were not allowed to because you're under contract, but to ask to hang around backstage, weird.
And again, if there's no pen, if there's just, I mean, a tactic again with AEW, it could be just like, hey, look at me over here.
It just doesn't make sense to do that.
No, when you're dangling around like a show.
Are you trying to stir up trouble with the WWE because they don't care about you, really? I mean, like, not like in the sense where like they don't care about you as a person. I'm sure a lot of people care about them as a person, but they haven't cared about what you do with your life in years. So what do you gain out of visiting them backstage? You don't gain anything unless you're trying to smooth things over in case this shit doesn't work out in AEW. And just for the record, I don't think it's going to work out when you have to split up your goddamn roster over one person or two people or three people. I think it's a very dumb thing to do. But
yeah, it's gonna be,
maybe I'm wrong. But
you got to see how it all plays out. But I think, again, like, I mean, CM Punk, in his eyes, he sees that, like, Warner thinks he's worth maybe $50-60 million for a new TV show and him to be the star of it. So at that point,
so that's also a lot of money that's a lot of backing to put behind a almost 50-year-old.
Well, yeah, high 40s.
In his 40s. I know he's in his. I don't know if it's mid or early 40s. I'm assuming it's mid.
And just it was just a very Monday was.
Don't get me wrong. I was fucking excited to see him back there because that just means shit's about to get stirred up. And I'm a huge fan of chaos.
Yes, that's what I saw it all happening. I was like, yes, excellent. I love it. Plus, it's like cool. Maybe like everyone's older. Everyone's like 10 years removed from things. It's like, yeah, maybe it was nice for Hunter and Punk to kind of maybe like, hey, like,
yeah,
we were different people.
Yeah,
now we're different people, and
maybe Punk's watched the product and he's fucking enjoying it or something. You know, there's a lot of possibilities. More draft news.
Okay.
Drafted to SmackDown, Lacey Evans.
Okay, I see what we're doing now with this.
Yes,
with this Saturday draft pool. Okay,
we got technically three picks, but it includes 4 superstars. Natalya is going to Raw.
Okay.
Apollo Crews making his way back to the main roster, going to Raw.
Is he still like the Nigerian dude, or is he just
stopped that when he went down to NXT? I believe
he did.
Yeah.
Well, that was part of the whole, which we'll get into after you talk about. That was part of the whole lawsuit.
And the collective unit of Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville heading to Raw. And I think that's it. They're still talking about these guys. But, hey, it's cool to see Apollo Crews. Oh, and we have another NXT call-up. Zoe Stark drafted to Raw.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
I like it.
Taking What are they?
They're draining
Four women?
NXT. They're draining NXT. They are taking a lot of NXT women, which. Oh no!
Shawn Michaels was so upset it seemed literally last night when he had to do when both people were NXT. He's like, oh no.
JD McDonough
Donna?
drafted to Raw. Raw's had a really good draft. I get it, like they got the 3-hour show and everything. All right, so this has definitely happened like last night or something because they're now showing JD getting interviewed last night in that group of NXT guys that were watching the show.
Everyone was watching their black tracksuits.
Yeah, I want one of those. These are really cool looking.
NXT tracksuits, dude.
I'm just realizing how I love the NXT logo now. It's pretty nice. But he's getting interviewed. I love that JD thing. I think with this new world title, now we're going to be on Raw, and you're getting guys like this. I think that Raw's going to be really good.
A lot of new challengers. And then, like, again, I just kind of like the whole... I mean, for the most part with drafts, it's like this, a couple people stay. And then for the most part, it's like Lashley's been on Raw forever. It's like, all right, he's going to go to SmackDown. Like, you know, like kind of just like, oh, Becky's been on Raw. Like, it's usually like someone who's been a staple of a show for a while, except in the like Reigns and Cody. But then after a while, it's just like, so Seth's been on Raw for... So it's like, I'm hoping Seth needs to go to
I think he is, because with Cody being drafted to Raw, you need a main challenger for Roman, and
Seth and Roman need to be on the same brand.
I think so.
I think that's going to happen. I think, yeah. I would like to see some Rollins on. I just hope after
The thing is, though, Becky Lynch got drafted to Raw, and you know they don't break up couples. They just had a kid, too.
That is true.
Then it's like, who is going to challenge Roman from SmackDown?
So I mean,
and also, Cody getting drafted to Raw, did that just guarantee that he wins the Rumble again next year? And then we get Cody and Roman at...
We'll talk about that because that's rumored to be the main event, potentially. It's talked about for next year. I mean, as of right now, I think that's
it's
the match.
very much.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else that would. And again, you have to see how things like go within the next year. But as of right now, currently, that's the big money match. Still is to see, regardless of people being upset about this year's result. Hey, I mean, since we're gonna be there, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I
wouldn't hate maybe seeing a Roman versus Seth main event at WrestleMania either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't prefer it. It wouldn't be bad. Again, it's not gonna be bad, but I would prefer it Roman versus Cody not be the main event. But I don't think it's going to be. So
you don't think it's gonna be Roman and Cody?
No, I'm holding out that things will change. But as of right now, I think it's penciled in. Definitely, they have it penciled in.
I mean, you got to do Bobby and Roman at SummerSlam, right?
He already tweeted at Roman. I think definitely got to do Bobby and Roman. If they keep the bloodline separate, inevitably they're gonna do Roman and Solo.
You think?
I think at some point. I don't know if they're gonna split the Usos and bring them over to another brand where they kind of break their rules again and the Usos pull a Sami Zayn and show up on SmackDown with hoods on and try to pull Solo aside and be like, "Yo, man,
you could do
he's gonna turn on you. Watch out."
You could I don't know, just spitballing here. Maybe Roman's pissed off at just one Uso, Jimmy, maybe Jay, and you can go to the powers that be and be like, "Yo, I don't want both of them. Just give me this guy."
And how would you do it? I mean, with the history of you just
see.
Jimmy?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe Roman goes up to fucking Pierce for argument's sake and is like, "Yo, I don't want Jay. I just want Jimmy. Because I feel like Jay's like the main storyline there.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, just put Jay on Raw.
But then
it's not perfect.
But then, yeah. But then, how do you get the revenge if you have to stick on?
Yeah, I don't know.
It would be again. It would be very interesting, and then again, you could do that, and then do the storyline of like the one Uso always like sneaking on SmackDown, being like sneak attacks or something. Again, but then you just got to keep things separate. I have a feeling they're gonna. Yeah, they're gonna. The Usos won't be on SmackDown.
Maybe.
All right. There was the lawsuit that came out this week. Writer with, just a bunch from Apollo Crews, the Nigerian accent, Bianca Belair. Take these earrings off and beat that ass. Now, I didn't think it was as bad actually. The Mansoor 9/11, so this was insane. It was going to end up being a storyline where Mansoor was responsible for the 9/11 attacks, and Mansoor would have been 6 years old at the time of 9/11, and he was.
Being on Fox, though, they probably would have fucking loved that.
When I was reading that, I was like, wow, like that seems like something somebody would pitch as a joke, and maybe like. I don't know. That's just between.
All this showed is that Vince does have a little bit of common sense left in that brain of his.
Yeah, but it's like
for it to not make TV.
Like he's getting.
You imagine the pitches that, other pitches that have been pitched to him that never made TV.
But I like the Vince McMahon step. They're getting sued. It's just like they're getting sued. Yeah, because it's their company. But it's like, dude, Vince isn't in the writer's room there when some idiot is probably making a joke, a bad joke. But it made me laugh still. I'm not gonna just because it's so idiotic.
Yeah.
But again, I don't really think that was, again, it's just like you're in a professional setting. You can't, maybe if you're, I don't know, in the comforts of your own home pitching ideas and you want to make that joke or whatever with people you're comfortable with making that joke, just going, but again, I don't.
None of it. Plane crashes.
Yeah, I just don't.
I will say we may owe Vince a huge apology when it comes to his creative decisions, because if that's what was being pitched to him versus what he actually put on TV, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it was. Maybe what we've been watching for years and years and years wasn't that terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're done with the draft. They're showing Raw's draft pool. They're showing Raw's draft pool right now. It's a lot.
All right. What else we had? We already said on the lawsuit. We had Sammy and KO retain their tag titles on SmackDown. We saw RVD. We saw Michael Hayes.
Did you see Michael Hayes?
We saw Teddy Long. What's going on with Bray Wyatt? What's he telling people? Where's Bray?
He's saying that he can't wait to come back, man. He can't wait to get up in there, and I'm whatever. He's not eligible to be drafted though, just so you know.
Well, you could just do whatever now. You can just be a free agent. I'm telling we're gonna build back up, and we're gonna get a huge return. I don't know. We're gonna get another big Bray return at some point. Fiend's gonna show up. We're gonna see the real life fight. We're gonna just do it all over again. Extreme Rules 2022. We're gonna do it at Money in the Bank. All right. Naomi's debuted for Impact. Trinity. Sorry. She is
yes, she did.
Part of that Impact fam now.
Good for her. Good for her.
What's happened here? Oh my God! I just updated it. Apollo Crews, JD, Zoe Stark, Von Wagner moved. I'm getting the updates now.
Did you not just hear me? I've been live tracking this the whole time, and you're still.
They dropped the article on Wrestling News.
You don't trust me. It's right in front of my face.
What's the future of Rampage if we're getting a Saturday night show?
I fucking hope they cancel that shit.
What's happened? No, we're done. Dark Elevation's done, I think. One of the dark shows are done.
Does that mean I'm not getting volume 2?
Oh.
Of the DVD?
I guess
I better
not.
get it in memoriam or something in the next crate then.
It's done.
Damn.
They're gonna apparently
change it to an ROH show. I don't know, but you're already splitting your roster up.
I still think they're gonna stick with the They're gonna do Dynamite, record Rampage after, and air it on Friday. I mean, Thursday's your ROH show.
Yes, you can.
Saturday you're gonna have your other AEW show. Sometimes premium live events. Sundays you'll have pay-per-views like 4 times a year.
Well, then maybe Rampage will take the place of Dark Elevation. It will be this era's Velocity, and AEW Dark will be this era's Heat.
It's just
and then you have your 2 main shows.
Wrestling on basically every day of the week except Sunday.
Well,
nonstop.
Even God rested on the 7th day.
Yeah, it's like what? Monday Raw, Tuesday NXT, Wednesday you got Dynamite, Thursday there's Impact and ROH, Friday SmackDown and Rampage, Saturday Collision.
All right, so Thursdays are also wide open.
I used to watch pre-recorded SmackDowns on Thursday. That was fun.
That's fine. Those shows were entertaining.
They were. I used to read spoilers for them and still watch it. All right. Anything else breaking? Oh my God. AEW files for logo trademark. What is the logo of? Bandanas and
bandanas.
Logo trademark. What is it? Just for the AEW logo?
Maybe.
What is it? It just looks like AEW. What is this? Open up. This. What is that?
That says AEW.
Yeah, I know. That's like what they file. I thought that was like already like their. It's like their logo.
Their logo is white lettering, right?
I guess you have to do that with coloring
white
and
A,
stuff.
white W, and a yellow E.
All right.
At least that's what I'm staring at. Suck it.
All right. Let's talk about. It's in the title here. It's the one thing we didn't hit on yet. All in, all out, all happening in 7 days. What are your thoughts?
Wait, what did you just say? All in, all out happen within 7 days of each other, right?
Yep. Yes. All in and all out will be happening like consecutive weeks.
All in is where?
All in's going to be the whatchamacall show, right?
Is that the London show?
Yeah.
Or is that all out?
I believe it's the Wembley show.
And what's all out? All in happens first?
Yes. So I believe that it's not, but it might be an exclusive to maybe I don't know if they were saying HBO Max, whatever their deal with one or one of those, like the show in London will be like a exclusive live streaming event, I guess like HBO Max or something. And then All Out will be a $50, $60 you pay pay-per-view.
Watch me pay.
How do you book your thoughts? How do you book 2 huge shows? Are you treating it like a WrestleMania night 1 and 2 almost, and you're just debating on what night you're going to be in All In or All Out?
See, that'd be kind of See, I don't think that's fair because you probably have a lot of people who want to do the Wembley show
on both. But like, are you going to have people performing at All In, and then also they're going to be performing a week later at All Out and have different few like?
No.
You need to figure.
It's gonna be your standard. Your standard fucking pay-per-view shtick, you know. I mean, you have to. I'm assuming there are certain matches that will be announced for All Out before both pay-per-views, so you still have to build the pay-per-view. You're probably going to get a couple rematches from All In on All Out. I'm trying to base it. They did what they do. They did SummerSlam and Payback a week apart from each other once. That was when Roman Reigns came like back and had the triple threat match with Braun Strowman and Fiend. And they were I mean, I cannot remember any of the other matches on. I don't even remember when that triple threat match took place. I think
that was 2020.
I think it took place at Payback though, and SummerSlam was the week before. So you can do it. It's just there's probably going to be some rematches. You're going to have a whole bunch of shit that's
you're going to have a bunch of wonky finishes in like a different country. And then
you're going to have a whole bunch of that nonsense going on. And is this after the Saturday show debuts?
This would be the Saturday because the Saturday show debuts June 20.
Well, I don't know when All In and All Out's taking place. When
it's at the end of what's its name? Where's the exact date? It's like August, at the end of the summer.
All right. So you're gonna have a chance to build the pay-per-view card via Dynamite, via Collision, I guess.
And you're gonna.
You could do that. Maybe Dynamite will announce their matches. Collision will announce their matches.
Do you think it's funny that they literally are going to have like a brand split basically so people stay away from each other and then like consecutive weeks everyone's going to have to be together?
I think it's hilarious.
It's like, wow, okay. Oh man.
It's a mess.
Did you get to see a Dynamite, man? At a certain point, their Titantron said SRS. Like, oh my god!
Don't do it, don't.
Dork. And luckily, it was Roderick Strong. So
I missed this one. I missed the Roderick Strong debut. I think I started watching Dynamite, but then I turned it off.
Yeah, I had it on and I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, when's All Access coming on? After this Dynamite nonsense?
Took a break last week. I was kind of upset.
Yeah.
Because there was soccer on last week.
I need my fix. Like, yeah. I love it. It's the best.
With it.
There's nothing like seeing Tony Khan and Gorilla. All right, God, what else do we need to talk about? God. Huh. I think we hit on everything mostly.
Good job. Woo!
No nonsense. I mean, besides we had the draft, the new title, the lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, now we just got what next Saturday? Backlash. We have a few matches announced, I believe. We got the whatever women's title match. So we got like Becky and Dakota. We got Rhea and Zelina. So women titles matches. We have Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest 1-on-1, right? Street fight?
San Juan street fight.
So no, it's not a tag, right?
Nope.
Definitely 1-on-1.
Definitely 1-on-1.
Cody and Brock. That's 4. What else do we have anything else?
6-man tag. KO, Sammy, and Riddle versus the Usos and Solo.
Oh God, I forgot. I thought that already happened. Okay. So there's that. I guess that's probably what is that 5? It's for a back. It seems like maybe one more, but
you're trying to this is supposed to be a big show,
Yeah, that's true. We probably do need another
match. They're doing Karrion Kross versus Shinsuke on Friday night before. I don't know why they wouldn't just push that to the pay-per-view.
Shinsuke a big win.
I don't know.
Karrion looks fucking awesome. Karrion Kross jacked. But
that's why you need. I think Karrion needs a win.
Didn't like the aggressive grunting at the end of that.
Why not?
But
go on, yeah.
Badass, looks ripped. Yeah, again, I just don't like. I always hate when they do the whole 2 people like attack. Like there's an attack on someone. It's just like, well, both these guys need a win right now. Like, what do we? You get somebody else to attack them. Like, get a male model to attack them or something. Let's not do this. Carrie needs a win. Shinsuke, he needs a win.
Shinsuke's probably going to win.
Shinsuke went SmackDown?
He's on Raw.
Ooh, I like that.
Shinsuke's on Raw.
He has an opportunity at a title.
Yeah.
It won't happen, but
you never know.
Is Triple H a Shinsuke guy?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Anything else we get into before we do a little jabroni of the week?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Oh, man, I think we're good. I already ranted about. All right, jabroni of the week.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Yay, jabroni of the week time. So many jabronis, so little time. You want to start this off?
I'm taking the easy way out this week. It's that writer, with the ideas and stuff. Like, can you believe I must have applied probably 5 different times to be a writer. I even told them that I was willing to relocate to Connecticut, fully knowing that I would not be relocating to Connecticut, but figured what the hell. And somebody who they'll say has a degree in so-and-so, and he has this much experience in doing this and this and that, opens their mouth, and out comes the most dumbest, just most degrading shit that's ever been produced. But here I am, just a fan of the product and want the product to be better. And I'm not saying that I should get the job based off that, but I should get the job based before that guy. What's that guy do that I don't do? I can write stuff. I can write a lot better stuff too, probably. This guy over here is booking 9/11.
Yeah,
He's booking 9/11.
They made a huge mistake.
He's thinking that 9/11 was a work, is what he's thinking.
And then a 6-year-old
told Osama, if you do this for me, could you go? What a dumbass thing to say.
Do you think they would have shot flashback scenes of a little kid talk? Oh my god!
Yeah, imagine that video package
before the match, for the blow off match. It's in the
video my god! Oh man, his finishing move. What was his finishing move?
A shadowy figure that looks like you definitely know it's the shadow of Osama bin Laden, a young man. So we're talking to him. Oh my God.
Oh my God. The Eagles just acquired DeAndre Swift.
Wait, what?
The Eagles just acquired DeAndre Swift.
From the Lions?
Yes.
So all right, am I crazy, or there was like rumors of them like talking to what's his name, running back, like Derrick Henry or something? Did you hear about that like last week or something?
Yes, I did.
So holy shit, they
Hold on. There's no details. Just that after using their top pick on Jahmyr Gibbs, the Lions are trading DeAndre Swift to the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow.
Yo, did you see the the Cowboys freak? I saw the one post of the Cowboys freaking out. They were like, "How do you let them get him?" And now their whole line is, and they're just salt. How is Howie? Oh my God, Howie is
this? Who's doing this? Sorry. Anyway, what's the finishing move for Mansoor in a 9/11 gimmick? God.
Are we allowed to do this? Like a bombs?
Yeah,
away?
no, we can fantasy book it because it's not actually happening. But like, what's a? Oh man, I don't know. Either way,
like the F5 where you keep spinning around with them like a helicopter, keep spinning when they're in the fireman's carry, and then you just the old F, and then you just spin them. Call it like the kamikaze or so, I don't know.
You could do like you could do like the Tower of Doom. I don't know.
Suicide dive.
Suicide dive. Oh God, the collapsing tower. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. No holds bar here on YouTube, right? We're gonna have one of those things underneath within the video post, like the info, like we can't say the. I think if you say the COVID word, it instantly like comes up like these people don't know anything about COVID. Don't listen to them. Oh man, yeah, that's a good jabroni of the week there.
Yeah, I mean it's so simple. It was out there. It was cheap, but it was out there.
I have to agree with that. Oh my God. You just gotta throw like, I'm gonna throw a bunch of people in here, like the Cowboys, the Giants, the Commanders, or football team, or they might change their name again. You guys are all in there. You're all of our bitches. You're all jabronis of the week. Also, I'm still, since I spent so much time in the beginning being a little sourpuss about it, I don't like the way that this draft is set up. We need a full-blown draft show. It doesn't need to be, it needs to be a network exclusive, a Peacock exclusive, and it needs to happen 1-2 nights. And it just needs to be done. It needs to happen, but not between the shows. It needs to happen after, like Raw, on like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, a 2-hour event like ESPN. We have a countdown show. We have everyone there in attendance. And we do a whole thing with it. We don't do this, let's just make up things as we go. Oh, free agents are a thing now. You can declare to not be, you can suck somebody off in the corner and be MVP, and now all of a sudden Omos is good now. Omos can do whatever. You shouldn't be able to suck people off in the corner. It's not fair. So let's get next year. I want a full-blown draft show. I want Mel Kiper there. I want Adam Schefter. I want the fucking Fox robot. It's bullshit. Like, that's all I wanted to see. I watched SmackDown this morning. I didn't watch it last night, and I didn't see the Fox robot in the war room. And it fucking hurts.
I also didn't like some of the choices to announce these picks. Why in the world is Teddy Long announcing Raw picks? Never couldn't be GM Raw. He was known for SmackDown, you know?
They really just like pulled people from the back, except Teddy Long, and we're like, and RVD. Sent those two guys in, but everyone else are just like, Sean, we need you. Road Dogg, we need you. Is JBL still with Baron? No, but let's call him. We should be able to get him. But yeah, so racist writers, just draft night. We need a new one. Giants,
Cowboys.
Commanders, Cowboys, jaBRONi of the week. In your face.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBRONi.
Go Birds!
Who's doing this? Who's letting us? So apparently we swapped 7th rounders with the Lions, and we also gave a 4th round pick next year up for DeAndre Swift, a guy who's not even in his prime yet. I guess you could say, just finishing up a rookie deal.
But I don't like.
What? Who's doing this?
Howie's crown just keeps falling, and he just puts it back on, falls off. Oh, let me put this back on again.
Like what?
We need a Howie Roseman jerseys. You're getting players jerseys. I want a Howie Roseman jersey.
There's no fucking way. I'm still baffled by this. I am absolutely stunned and baffled and so excited. Like there's no way. I don't know. I ain't trying to turn this into chalked up or anything, but I'm just saying, like, god damn.
It's only the end of April. I can't wait for football. This is exciting.
That's so crazy. Oh, that's a 4th round pick in 2025, not even next year. Wow.
We lock up Jalen.
We already could have got, like, with the defense that we drafted, we could have already just scored 9 points and probably win a couple games. But now we're going to be scoring like 30 to 40 points a game. And also you're not scoring anything against us. Wow.
Oh my God. We're just stacked.
Wow. This year in fantasy football, I may just have to draft all the Eagles.
The Eagles. This is one of those years.
It's one of those years where that bye week, I will take the L.
Oh man. Wow. All right. So we're gonna wrap this up. So next week we will be doing predictions for Backlash in Puerto Rico. Should we
probably do Friday or Saturday? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm off both days.
I guess we'll stick to unless they make any last minute changes. I don't know. Should we do I feel like we should probably just do early Saturday. Maybe we'll go live Saturday early.
That will work.
Or we could go. We could go.
Well, here's the deal. Dana wants another crack, and I'm trying to convince her to. In order for her to get another crack, she has to show up. So if I'm trying now, I'm going to try to do that. Saturday morning would be tricky because of dance class.
Let's do it Friday. We could do that.
We could do
Friday. I don't think anything's really going to change. I think everything's kind of going to be set before the SmackDown show.
Yeah, I think so as well. So we could do Friday.
All right, Friday. Backlash predictions, and I'm sure we'll finish up. Yeah, it'll be perfect. We will talk about the rest of the results of the draft. I'm sure there will be more nonsense news, another lawsuit, something about CM Punk, and then we'll get into predictions for Backlash. You can find all episodes of the jaBRONis on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, all of your providers. Oh, it's so great. You could talk to Siri. I did it yesterday. I said, "Hey Siri, play the most recent episode of the jaBRONis on Spotify." And then boom, the speaker comes up and says the name of the episode before.
Shut up.
Yes. For me, it did that. It was fantastic.
Hey Siri, Play the most recent episode of the jaBRONis on Spotify. Oh, I don't have Spotify downloaded.
Yeah, it says like the Punk / Jericho.
Are we on Apple Pods?
Said the whole.
We're on Apple.
I maybe it'll do it on there. I definitely know I played it through
I
my.
don't have that. I don't have that one either. I'm gonna have to try. I wonder if Alexa has it. Hey Alexa, play the most recent episode of the jaBRONis.
Getting the jaBRONis from Amazon Music. Just so you know, while you're listening, you can ask me to fast forward or rewind by any amount of time, like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Now for your podcast. Here's the latest episode. Punk / Jericho. Vince hates fashion. Stone Cold. Twitch and more. The jaBRONis. April 21st,
Calls us the jaBRONis. Alexa, stop. That's amazing.
That
is incredible.
That's what you guys can do now.
We've made it. We've made it on Alexa.
If you hook up your Alexa, your Series, or whatever, you just say, hey, play the most recent episode. It'll throw it up there. Even if you say YouTube, too, it will throw up. I don't think it goes exactly, but it'll like pull up our page, and then you can click on the most recent video. But yeah, Twitter, jaBRONis Pod. I'm still happy jaBRONi on Twitter.
I'm Philly jaBRONi 1. Such a fucking terrible name.
You're the one.
I am the one. Okay, I can make it relevant. That's relevant. We are still the ones.
So I kind of want to add a 1 to mine now. So next week,
I'm the happiest jaBRONi. There's no one happier than.
Yeah, I'm still gonna stay happy, jaBRONi. It's relevant now, especially with all this Eagle stuff. How can you not be happy?
Oh my God, we got DeAndre.
This is ridiculous. What an episode!
What a great day. That was the best draft news that I broke here on this show today.
I know you nonstop. We're talking about like JD McEnroe, and we're like, yeah, dude, that's cool or whatever. DeAndre Swift, what? Who got him? SmackDown? Eagles got him. Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's so fucking wild.
We're gonna go celebrate. We're gonna pop bottles. We will see you guys next week for the big backlash show, draft recap. Until then, jaBRONis. Out.
jaBRONi, jaBRONi, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBRONi.
We don't believe